Hey guys, Will as always, and welcome back to another episode on the Astrocraft server. Sorry I haven't been uploading much, I've been really busy. But, while watching the recent episode of Astrocraft from Astro, he talked about some questions that I really need to address in a, sort of what I view on them, and thought I'd like that idea. And, so I'm going to put out my things. He said, why, I'm going to change this question a bit because it was more personal to the starting of the server. Why did you start the server? And I'm going to say how I found the server. I actually found it through one of the oldest members who's very rarely around. His name was Hostile Joe. And some of you may know I was a friend of his, and he had trouble streaming one time, and as I'd done some streaming around the time, and I said, hey man, do you want me to help you out? I've done some streaming in the past, and if you're having issues with XSplit, I can help you. And he was like, yeah, sure. So he told me that he was going to be streaming some Astrocraft, and of course I knew what Astrocraft was at the time because I often watched him play it, and through that I found Astrotot, the owner of the server, and one day, because I kind of like the idea of wanting to join, so I've gone up to Hostile and said, hey man, could you try and get me in contact with Astrotot? I have some interest in the server, and possibly if you'd have a look at my channel. And he was like, yeah, sure. So we got in to a server that I put up, and we had a Skype chat, and what we talked about was like what I'd like to do. Unfortunately, this was I was a bit of a smaller channel then. This was on a different channel which I closed down, unfortunately. So yeah, I got rejected at first because of my size. I had about 25 subs at the time, and I kind of was very small, and Astro was around this, I think it must be the 150 odd mark. I remember him being like one of the biggest on the server, and I'd always said, he said to me, sorry, before we left the call, and well, we did a few Hunger Games. He said, if you ever get around 50 subs, message me, and soon enough that rolled around. I was playing happily on what was known as Mindstack at the time, so I thought I'm just gonna keep this Mindstack LP going because I want to see where this goes. Because hello there. That's rather scary. And so I kept it in mind, and soon enough Mindstack had some issues, and it got closed down, and I just generally wasn't uploading much around the time of the close off of Mindstack. I was more doing different things. I didn't have much time for YouTube. I post like a video once a month. But then I got back into the swing of things, and because I'd been away, I checked my YouTube inbox, and sure enough, there was a message from Astrotot saying, hey, message me on my Skype, beep, because I don't want to say his Skype name. He'd be a bit annoyed at me if I just said out his Skype name. Yeah, and he was like, hey, contact me on this thing, because I want to talk about the server. And I thought, this could be going somewhere. And sure enough, he said, hey, I saw your channel growth and I wanted to invite you to the server. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll join. So yeah, we had a lot of fun things, but I kind of abused a glitch which I wasn't know was disallowed at the time, but I kind of overloaded myself so much with it. It just became simply unfair. And I said I'd take a break and leave for a while, and sure enough, now I started up this channel. I said I sent a message to Astrotot saying, hey man, it's been about 3-4 months, can I join back? And he was like, and I apologised for abusing the dupe glitch on Feed the Beast, which it was going to be shut down anyway, but that wasn't the principle. I was in the wrong. So, and he was like, yeah, sure. Some of the members were quite hesitant at first because of what I'd done in the past. But I assured them it wouldn't happen again, and sure enough, we got back into doing things, and it was really fun. Enjoyed lots of events with guys, and really had a really fun time, and I think it was worth it. And yeah, so that's my story of Bluecraft and Astrocraft. Bluecraft is a server my friend runs, but I play on, but I don't let's play on. That's how I found Astrocraft, and well, yeah. His next question was, what are your views on love, death, and marriage? And not marriage, courage. And I'm gonna do it backwards. Courage is the kind of thing we all need, to a certain extent. You could do that in a sense, say skydiving, which is something my one eternal thing in life to do, is to go skydiving. Dive out on an aeroplane. Because you know, it's more like, one of my morals is like, live every day as if it's your last. And so I do a lot of crazy things. Yeah, I've set t-shirts on fire and wore them. I was wrapped up in cling film though, so no harm done to me. A bit of burnt skin, but nothing too. Oh Jesus Christ, that scared the hell out of me. Nothing I could deal with just with some water. But yeah. Hey ho, that's me. So courage is, to a certain extent, if you have like too much courage and like I could do everything, you're, I guess, to a limit before you cockiness sets in, and you don't have too much of that, because then people start having a negative view of you. And sorry guys, this is being a talky episode. I kind of need to get some resources, because that diamond armor ate me all up and dying and losing everything and whatnot. So I just need to do a proper building up some supplies and whatnot. The second one was death. Of course, everybody dies, but I'm gonna talk more in depth than Astro did, unfortunately. So if I'm droning on, just skip the video. Death is something that one day we will all have to face. And it can be quite hard on family members, because I've lost a couple of family members over the last couple of years, and it's been hard on my parents when it's their parents or my grandparents, and it's been hard on me because I was actually the last person to see my grandfather before he passed away, along with my dad. We went to watch a football match, and that was my real last memory of him, sat next to him eating a cream donut before he unfortunately passed away. Because I was actually very close to him, and he had I don't remember. It's horrific. He had a heart attack, and because two the grandparents have died from two different heart-related diseases, and it's been quite tough on me having to because when they died within a month of each other, separate sides of the family, but it was still quite tough on me as a person, and you need almost you always need a bit of strength to give you through, and that's what I'm going to be talking more about death in a religious aspect. And I respect all religions. I don't care what religion you are. I will still like you if you're a Hindu, if you're a Jewish person, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Christian. If you don't follow religion at all, it does not imply any different of a type of person you are. So the server's a bit laggy in the chat, so maybe that can be viewed. But yes, these things really can be quite tough at times, and you don't have to face them alone. But different religions say different things about what happens after you die, and to be honest, I don't really know which one to choose for. My parents, because they generally make the choices for me, are Church of England supporters. So we don't go to church or anything, but we just rooted out as Church of England supporters. So that's Christian, a branch of Christian. And the one that actually Henry VIII made up in while he was king, because he wasn't allowed to divorce Anne Boleyn, which is where divorcing comes straight onto our next subject of love. Yeah, love at my age seems ridiculous, but especially like there's two different views of love. Love is in a friendship of love, and love is a physical want for somebody. Let's put it in a thing. Yeah, I have a girlfriend. She's her name's Georgia. She's been a friend of mine for 8-9 years, and it's more of a friendship love than a romantic love. Yes, we do have our kisses, etc., because we've been friends, such good friends for such a long time. You can't like ignore the length of our friendship, and it's just really nice knowing that somebody does care for you, and somebody does look out for you, and we look out for each other. And do I believe in love at first sight? I'm not sure, to be honest. That's something you can love is in a friendship. Love takes a long time to build up, like 4 or 5 years. So you can love them as a person. You can't just instantly. You can want them instantly, but you can't friendly love them until years have gone knowing them and making sure you're there for them. But yeah, that's all I really want to talk about, just following on from Astrotot's video about those 3 questions. And so yeah, I'll get around to making another video soon, hopefully. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. For now, peace out.